All right, man. Ooh. And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, man, welcome back, you guys. I know we are well, a little early today, but welcome back to another episode of the Winners Diet Show. I'm your host, Project Mac, aka Mac Solomon. And happy Saturday, man. Happy Saturday to everybody out there watching. Hope you guys watch your Saturday morning cartoons. Hope you guys got to move around a little bit, exercise, and get into your Saturday grocery shopping or whatever it is that you guys normally do on Saturdays. We hope you guys got that done. But we back, man. Yesterday was a great show. Yesterday was a fantastic show. Every week, man, we want to just get better at this. We want to just improve on communication, just the flow, just how the show is ran. So I couldn't be happier with the way it's been going. I've been, trying to get better at this also. So this is also a learning process for me as well. But we here, man. We here. We ain't going nowhere. So couple announcements, man. Pretty soon we will be stopping the Saturday streams, and we will be pushing that uh during the week. So we're gonna keep our Fridays the way it is, but we might start streaming either Wednesday nights. So we're gonna go from Wednesday and Friday. I don't know when we're gonna start doing that, but we will be changing the stream time from Saturdays to maybe sometime during the week. I'm thinking it's gonna be a Wednesday. So we'll be having that schedule of Wednesday and Friday going forward. Don't quote me on it yet. We're still gonna, get all the details together. But Saturday streaming will probably be coming to an end soon. Just because I want to maximize these weekday these weekday streams. I think we can get more viewers. I think we can get more of a push. More people are at home and on the internet. On weekday nights. So yeah, that's gonna be something I'm working on going forward. So you guys just stay tuned for that. But until further notice, until we finally make that switch, this is what it's gonna be right now. But besides that, man, we got a great show lined up for you guys today. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, man, today we're gonna go in today. So it's gonna be a good show today. Try to go for about a good hour. A good hour, talking shit, talking spit, and just entertaining you guys and educating you guys along the way. I really want you guys to really get in this winner's diet mindset. And, if you are in a position right now where you're stuck or you don't know what the next move is going to be, man, I really wish you guys would, I really want you guys to go back into my old episodes and just look back, look at the topics, look at a lot of teaching points. Yes, we have fun here. Yes, we crack jokes. But the main objective is to get you guys in that winner's diet mindset. I'm currently in the winner's diet mindset. I'm not a finished product at all. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the finished product. I'm here, listen to me. Yes, I want you guys to listen to the message and everything that I got going on. But at the same time, this is the perfect time for you guys to grow along with me as you see my journey, as you see things unfold and get better, and you see my growth throughout this process, because this is not an easy process. So I want you guys to see me while I'm at ground zero. And then eventually I start building up. And then now you're seeing the fruits of, the lifestyle that I've finally put together. And that's from the winner's diet. That's from applying key philosophies and key elements into my life from the winner's diet mindset. So but anyway, man, today we're going in. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Please comment down below anything you guys want to see next. Today's show, man, we're talking about why they want you fat, weak, and distracted. So that will be today's main event towards the end of the show. So make sure you guys stick around, or if not, if you guys got to go get your back waxed, then go ahead and just watch the playback. But before that, we have our two segments, which is the Fit Report, where we react to different fitness news happening in the world, as well as the second segment, What the Fitness, basically reacting to viral videos that's on social media right now, and finding different teaching points, finding different ways you can learn from it. So it's gonna be a good show today, man. I'm very excited. I'm ready to get to it. So, all right, let's get to it, man. Let's get to the first article that we got here. Let's see what we got here. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. All right, let's look at this one. So this first article says the longer you go without something, the more comfortable you are without it. New behavioral research shows that prolonged abstinence from a habit, product, or person can rewire the brain to not just cope, but thrive without it. The longer one distance themselves, the easier it becomes to detach emotionally, physically, or psychologically. This principle applies to everything from unhealthy foods and addictive substances to toxic relationships and comfort zones. Over time, what once felt essential becomes irrelevant as the brain adjusts to a new baseline. It's a reminder that self control compounds with time, detachment becomes strength, and absence becomes freedom. The hard part is starting, but the longer you stick with it, the less power it holds over you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And this can be applied to anything, right? Anything that is addictive, anything that is a distraction. Some of you guys right now are with horrible are in a horrible relationship. The longer you go without that person, once y'all break up, the more you see, why the fuck was I even with this person? The longer you go without putting junk food in your body, the more you're gonna realize, why the fuck was I putting this shit in my body? I have no need, I have no desire, I have no cravings for processed food, for toxic relationships. So it's very important that we detox our mental, detox ourselves and our energy away from destructive people, destructive things. You know, the longer you go without something, the more you're not gonna need it. I've gone without a lot of things that I felt like was essential to my life, for a long time. Uh, just putting bad substances in my body, alcohol, bad food, being around the wrong crowd. I felt like I needed that validation. I felt like that was my escapism at one point. That shit's real, man. But then you find what you really want out of life. You find out what really makes you happy. You find out what really gives you the energy and drive to wake up every morning and get excited. Then these things are no longer needed. Because the main reason why a lot of these things were there in the first place was because basically you were bored. You didn't have much going on. You didn't have, a lot of things that you were excited about. And it was there, it was convenient. And over time, you built up an attachment to this thing, whatever it is. This could be for most men: porn, gambling, alcohol, bad relationships, toxic people, toxic friends, just destructive behaviors. And we realize how bad it is for us when we finally step away from it from a long period of time and finally getting to a space where we feel like we have purpose, where we have meaning. So I know a lot of people right now that are addicted to pornography, man. And really the main thing that they need to do is fucking go outside, talk to people, meet people, work on yourself, figure out, what gets you motivated, find a hobby. Because again, it all comes back to you being bored. Most of the time when we pick up destructive bad habits, it just comes down to us being bored. This right now is a big part of my life. Streaming, making content, um, just social media right now, just trying to elevate my social media. This is a big part of my routine. This is a big part of my life right now. So everything else that I used to think was exciting for me, chasing girls, alcohol, going out, and just being around friends, that shit don't even matter to me no more because I get more pleasure just doing this. I have a sense of purpose in my life. I have a sense of purpose in my life. For the first time in a long time, I really feel like I got something going on that's a good thing, because I'll tell you right now, this time last year, being in LA, that was the worst time of my life, bro. I was in the worst space ever. I had nothing going on. My business was fucking imploding. Life was stagnant. I felt stuck. I felt like I wasn't gonna be shit. Working dead end jobs while trying to get my business back going. It's a shitty ass life, and you have nothing going for it because all your energy and attention has to be directed towards you just getting out of the hole you're in. So you don't really have time, or at least I didn't have time. I didn't have time to start a podcast and put work in because I had to work. And this is going to tie into our main event later on. But, you know, having a purpose, man, having something that just gives you joy, you really see another side of life. And you really see that there is also another side that has yet to be fulfilled. So yeah, man, there's a lot of things right now that are addicting to a lot of people, but the main thing you need to do is, if this is your situation, the main thing you need to do is figure out what's going to bring you a sense of purpose and just double down on that. Once I figured out what gives me a sense of purpose, once I figured out what I needed to do, which is give y'all this message of just getting your mind right, adopting the winner's diet. Once I figured out my philosophy, it was easy. The hardest part is just being consistent. Because I'll tell you right now, I'll never run out of content. Content is all around me. I can always find content related towards fitness, but being consistent, that's the hardest part. But I have no problem with that because I enjoy doing this. It's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of work, but it's so much better. I'm so much better off doing this than what I was doing this time last year, man. I was a mess. So if I can get out of it, man, y'all can definitely get out of it. So there's no excuses. All right, let's get on to the next article in the Fit Report. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so this one says studies reveal being a people pleaser can lead to developing an autoimmune disease. Okay, so this says people pleasing tendencies have been linked to an increased risk of autoimmune diseases, with several studies highlighting the impact of chronic stress and emotional repression on immune function. Autoimmune diseases are health conditions that happen when your immune system attacks your body instead of defending it. People pleasing often involves putting the needs of others before one's own, leading to a constant state of chronic stress. This prolonged stress can affect the immune system and increase inflammation, a key factor in autoimmune diseases. Individuals who engage in people pleasing also tend to suppress their own emotions, including anger, frustration, and sadness, to avoid conflict or rejection. Research suggests a link between emotional repression and increased inflammatory markers in the body. Constant self neglect and chronic stress associated with people pleasing can weaken the immune system, making individuals more vulnerable to illnesses, including autoimmune conditions. Interesting, man. So here's the thing. Never be a people pleaser. Like, never, ever, never be a people pleaser. I don't care. Like, there's nothing good that comes with being a people pleaser. All that comes with is getting disrespected, getting taken advantage of, and just everything that you don't want to happen. And I can see how that can cause a lot of stress, man. I can see how it can cause a lot of stress in two ways. One, you feel like, you need to constantly make everybody happy around you. And if that's not happening, then you're not a good person. And two, the disrespect that comes with being a people pleaser, that can weigh on you as well. Trust me, I know a lot of people pleasers, and I was one of those people back in the day when I was much younger, right? I wanted to make everybody around me happy. I wanted to make everybody, pleased, even if it meant me not being happy myself. That is a one way to destruction. That is one way to depression. That is one way to constantly being picked on and never ever respected by anybody. So you're thinking that you're making everybody happy around you, and everybody's just gonna give you praise and, oh man, he's such a great guy and he's such a nice guy. But deep down, they think, man, this motherfucker ain't gonna do shit, because all we gonna do is boss his ass around. All we gonna do is make him work for us. All we gonna do is take advantage of him. So listen, man, one thing I know about life, and I'm not saying I'm a life expert in no way, shape, or form. I'm still learning life as life goes. I'm only 30 years old. But I will say this, just from what I've experienced and how life is supposed to be. People prey on the weak. And the main objective of life is to eliminate the weak. I'll say that again, just if you guys didn't hear me the first time. People prey on the weak. And the main objective of life is to eliminate the weak. So if you're not aware of this and you're someone that is constantly trying to please people, you're constantly trying to make everybody happy and make everybody feel comfortable, all you're doing is setting yourself up to be destroyed in the end. Because as much as people say they like nice guys, and women say it all the time, I like nice guys, and I will say that a majority of the time, most people despise nice men. Most people despise nice guys. But don't let them tell you any different. Like, they'll tell you they like nice men. They'll tell you they like good men. But deep down, most people despise nice guys. So you're better off just putting yourself first in every point of your life. Now, when it comes to family, that could be a slippery slope. You have kids, that's a little different, right? It's not always black and white. But I will say, for majority of things, you might want to start choosing yourself if you aren't already. So yeah, man. I mean, being disrespected, feeling like you have to constantly be everyone's beck and call, that can cause a lot of stress. And people don't understand what stress does to your body, what stress does to your immune system. That could really block blood flow. So that could really mess up with your libido and your energy, your drive. It makes you lazier when you're stressed out. You're more prone to overeat. So you're more prone to get fatter. So it's a lot of things that come with you being stressed out, all because you're trying to make everybody else happy. So be very careful with that, man. It's like you think you're doing something positive, but you're really not. You're really setting yourself up for failure. So if you're a people pleaser, please be very mindful and stop doing that shit, man. Grow some balls. Learn to say no. Learn to stand up for yourself and get the hell on with your life, man. We don't have time for that shit over here. Never ever take disrespect from anybody. That includes your parents, your siblings, your significant other. Never ever take disrespect from anybody, bro. All right, man. Let's move on to the last article in the Fit Report. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. We're going in right now. We're about 20 minutes in, making great time. Let's get to the last article. This is another interesting one here. It says that giving a child a smartphone before the age of 13 significantly increases the risk of developing mental health issues, especially for young girls. All right, so this one says multiple studies have revealed that giving a child a smartphone before the age of 13 can significantly increase the risk of them developing mental health issues, especially in young girls. Smartphones and social media platforms are designed for adults and often expose children to unsuitable material, including porn, violence, and harmful ideologies. Children are also more vulnerable to cyberbullying, which can lead to psychological distress and mental health problems. Constant exposure to idealized online representations can also negatively affect a child's self-esteem and body image. Screen time before bed also interferes with sleep patterns, impacting mental well-being. Excessive phone use also decreases opportunities for real-world social interaction, which is crucial for emotional and social development. Furthermore, social media can amplify the fear of missing out, leading to anxiety and feelings of inadequacy. I'll read this last one here. Social media algorithms often prioritize engagement over appropriate content, exposing children to harmful material and exacerbating mental health issues. Oh man, that is something right there, man. Wow. And I will say this, man. I first got my cell phone when I was in 6th grade. So this was back in damn, I'm showing my age here. I ain't that old though, but I got my cell phone in 6th grade. So I was about 11, 11 years old. So this was back in like 06, 07. One of those years. So early to mid 2000s. Obviously social media wasn't a big thing. So I think the thing that was big back then, if you guys are familiar with, was MySpace, right? MySpace was the biggest social media platform out there at that time. Facebook would come shortly after, Instagram would come shortly after, but um yeah, back then, man, it wasn't as bad as it is now. You know, MySpace was, I think, the introduction to a lot of kids having self-esteem issues, right? Because, oh, so and so has 100 friends, so and so has 800 friends, everybody's commenting happy birthday, everybody's commenting this and that. So it definitely, if you didn't have a lot of friends added on your face or on your MySpace profile, and you looked at somebody else that had a lot of friends, then yeah, that could cause some self-esteem issues. So it started all the way back then in like the early to mid 2000s, right? So I couldn't imagine growing up as a kid in this era. You got streaming, you got Instagram, um, you got YouTube, you got what else you got out here, man? You got TikTok, bro. It's so much, it's too much right now. So I can definitely see how this can impact the kids' mental health. They're seeing kids 16, 17 years old making millions of dollars if they are, but even if they aren't, they're portraying like they are. So the kid in their age group is like, yo, what the fuck? I'm in high school and this kid is my age, already making multi-millions, like already. He's already driving Lamborghinis and he's on yachts at 17, 18 years old. You know, look at the girl. Like, if you're a girl and you're looking at your peers, you could be a regular girl, and then you're looking at the next girl on Instagram. She already has 100 something thousand followers at 17, 18 years old. She's got fucking everybody in her comments, everybody in her DMs. Like, yeah, that could definitely cause a lot of, self-esteem issues, depression, mental health issues. Bro, the dynamics are so different now. You can take two kids the same age, a 16-year-old boy, let me go of age. You can take an 18-year-old boy and an 18-year-old girl, right? The 18-year-old boy thinks the 18-year-old girl is out of his league because of social media. She already has 10, 50, 100,000 followers. He has fucking 100 followers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the dynamics have definitely changed now. This is a weird time to be alive, especially as a kid. I would hate to be caught up in this era because as a kid, I definitely had self-esteem issues as a kid for sure. And this was not even, and this doesn't even, like, back then doesn't even come close to how things are now. It doesn't even come close. It's not even a debate. So I couldn't even imagine growing up in this era, man, where just everything is at your disposal. Porn was not free back then. Or maybe it was. At least not when I had the phone. But everything is at your disposal, bro. Like, there's porn on Instagram now. There's literally naked women on Instagram. TikTok is the same shit. I couldn't imagine growing up in this era. Like, I don't even know the type of person I would be if I had I grown up in this era of Instagram or social media, period. You got streamers. These kids are young, 20, 21, 22, making millions of dollars, traveling the world, doing crazy shit. And their peers are in college, in student loan debt, trying to figure out what they're going to do with their life. And they're watching this every single day. They're watching them be around the girls they want. They're watching them be around celebrities and professional athletes. They're watching them just live a lifestyle that they probably will never, ever, ever get to. It's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. Man, yeah, I can see how this can impact somebody's mental health. This is a crazy time to be alive. But I will say this, it's the best time to be alive. Because 20 years ago, people were not making money off the internet. That was not possible, at least not to the masses, right? It was not it was not normal for people to make money off the internet. It wasn't a career. You couldn't make that a career. This is a career now for most people. Like, even me doing this, there are people making millions of dollars live streaming, making millions live streaming from their bedroom, like I am right now. Like, this is the best and the worst time to be alive. So my thing is, look, man, I don't think you can prevent this from happening. Like, your kids are going to be exposed to social media one way or another. They're going to be around their friends that's going to tell them to be on social media, or they're going to be influenced by just everything else around them. Like, I don't think there's any way you can stop this. They're going to find a way to get on that phone. They're going to find a way to be on social media, whether you like it or not. So, but I don't know, man. It's a crazy time right now. It's a crazy time to be alive. But again, it's the best time to be alive. You just have to choose what you want to do with it. Because I guarantee you right now, if you're on this side, the side I'm on, and you're being a producer of social media and not a consumer, then you're going to be way better off. But if you're constantly just scrolling, if you're just looking at what's going on, people watching, being a spectator, if you're not in the game, then yes, your likelihood of having mental health issues is going to go up very drastically. So, hey, if I was a parent in this day and age and my kids at social media, I'm not saying this will work, but hey, it's worth a shot. I would just say, hey, if you're going to have social media, You better be a producer of social media. You better be making content that can make you some money. Don't just be on there just to be on there. Don't just be on there just to be on there. You have to actually put some work in and put yourself out there. You're not just going to sit back and just watch everybody else make money. No, you better be on this doing something productive. So that's what I would say. I don't think that's most parents' objective. I don't think, because let's be honest, man, most of these parents are clueless to what their kids are even doing. They don't know what's going on. They got their own issues. So, and most of these parents are not even making money from social media, nor do they really know how to use social media. So they're clueless in that department. But if I was in their shoes, because I know they're going to be on social media anyway, I would just say, hey, if you're going to be on here, you better find a way to make some money. So, all right, man, let's move on to our next segment. What the fitness? Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. We're going in. All right, let's get on to the first topic or first video here. This guy talks about the effects of getting off the juice, getting off PEDs, getting off gear, as we say in the fitness industry. All right, let's check it out.
Stronger?
Let me refresh this. All right, let's do it. Here we go.
If you take steroids, you get on the merry-go-round. Because you're going to take steroids, you're going to feel good, you're going to progress, you're going to get bigger, you're going to get stronger. But what's going to happen when you stop taking them?
Yeah.
You're going to lose all that. Oh, no, if I keep no. I had so many guys, I'm going to do a course, but then I'm going to stop, and afterwards I'm going to train hard, and we're going to keep it. I'm like, no, you're not. You're going to lose all of it.
Yeah.
Because you're in this high hormone status, and then you're going to drop back down. And slowly, over 3 or 4 months, you'll lose what you gained. So what happens here? The guys go back on. And then they don't want to come off because they don't want to now face this crash of physical, mental, they're going to crash down. So once you start using it, it's like, and this goes times 10 for the women. A lot of women using steroids now, a lot.
Really?
A lot of women use steroids that don't even compete, man. I mean, it's crazy. Girls come to me and, I want to lose a bit of weight. Somebody told me to take Anavar or Winstrol. You know what that is? Oh, it's to lose weight, right? Like some derivative of a male hormone is a steroid. And it could have side effects. Oh, I didn't know that. Steroids is like mainstream now. When I was competing, it was competitive people that took steroids. Competitive powerlifters, competitive bodybuilders.
Yeah.
So on. It was not in the general public. Now it's like you can see musicians, you can see actors. All sports people use steroids now. So if you're an average guy who is not going to compete, I would advise you not to take steroids because it's a temporary gain, and you come off and you're going to lose it, and you're not going to feel good, and so on. So that's why I say, once you get on the merry-go-round, be careful. If you take steroids,
That's the dark side, man. That's the dark side of using gear, bro. And there's so many videos on that. There's so much evidence to back this guy's claim. I remember, man, gear used to be a thing, just like he said. Taking steroids was only a thing for bodybuilders, guys that were competing to be, IFBB pro champions. Now it's just the regular public is using steroids just to use it, just to look good for Instagram. You got the guy that is a sales tech at Salesforce, or the guy working at Walmart or Target. He's on steroids. Like, it's the craziest shit ever now, man. I'm seeing like women, I'm seeing way more women now on steroids that aren't even female competitors. I'm seeing just regular average men now on steroids that have no business being on using gear. For what? For what? So you can get more Instagram likes? Like, people will dive into this stuff, man, not knowing not knowing what comes with that. Like the there's so many stories of guys using gear, getting on gear, feeling great, and then they feel like, okay, I'm gonna get off the gear and now I'm gonna keep my same physique. That's not how it works, big dog. That's not how it works. No, once you get on steroids, you're probably gonna have to be on steroids for the rest of your life to maintain that physique. Look at The Rock. The Rock, he will never get off steroids. Maybe he will at some point in his career when his career is over. But right now, The Rock, he has to be on steroids. That is his whole persona. That is his whole identity. If he gets off the steroids, he's no longer The Rock. And I guarantee you, he has major body dysmorphia. He has major body dysmorphia, as does many bodybuilders, as does many people that use gear. This is something that you naturally develop because you feel like your body just isn't good enough. You're getting on steroids to have the perfect body, only to find out that, or to think your body is still not good enough. So what happens? You increase your dosage. You increase your cycle. So now when you finally get off and you've built up, your body has built up this tolerance to everything you've been putting in it, and you get off, you're going to feel a major crash, man. You will feel a major crash. Energy-wise, mentally, physically. You're not going to keep those same gains, bro. Them gains are gone. Once you get off them gains, them shits is gone. I know plenty bodybuilders. I know plenty guys that use PEDs that are on gear. I know plenty of them from the male and the women's side. When they're on their gear, when they're on their cycle, it's night and day. When they're off their cycle, they're off your, they're off their cycle. Like it's so easy to tell. Their muscles look so inflatable. They look softer. They don't look as solid. That's their natural state. That's really how you're meant to look. But to them, it's not like, to them, I think this is just my assumption. I think they're disgusted now that they're off steroids. Like when they're off their cycle and they look in the mirror and look at themselves, I really think they're disgusted with what they see in the mirror. Because they've already trained their mind to think that the person in the mirror that's on his cycle is the real them, and it is not. It couldn't be further from the truth. It's the same way how women will get on social media with hella makeup on, hella filters, post a picture, and they think that's the real them when it is just a false representation. It's the same thing, man. That's why I say, look, man, don't use steroids, bro. Do not go on steroids. Do not use it. Do not use steroids. It's not worth it. It just, there's really no upside for it. Unless you're going to be competing, unless you're going to be, in a big Hollywood film budget, it's not worth it, man. So, all right, let's get on to the next video here in What the Fitness. What we got here? Okay, we got Gary V, who says, what does he say here? He says, you're not an adult at 36. Let's see what this guy says. And I like Gary V, but sometimes he be saying some dumb shit, man.
You're a fucking child. I know you don't believe it because society's got you twisted. 36-year-olds see like Timothy Chalamet, like, well, he fucking made it before he was 36. I'm like, yes, Timothy made it before he was 36, but there's 8 billion people on earth. Like, you're still a fucking child. People always want to compare to Zucks or like the Kardashians. Why are we always comparing him to the 0.0000001? Like, I don't understand. Like, you want to be decent at basketball, but you compare yourself to LeBron, so you don't play basketball. So yes, I understand other people made billions in their 20s and 30s. Talent, circumstance, serendipity, that has nothing to do with your life. And more importantly, nobody's success in life is taken from yours. Not one person. This isn't actual sports where there's a winner and loser. This is life. Everyone can lose, everyone can win. And so I'm just trying to get people's fucking feelings right. If you're
Look, man, if you're 36, you're a grown ass fucking man. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, see, dudes like Gary V, and I like Gary V. I like his message. I like, but sometimes he be saying some real dumb shit, man. You are not a fucking child at 36 years old. You are a grown ass adult. You're legally allowed to drink. You're allowed to gamble. You're allowed to do everything adults can do. But now all of a sudden, because you don't have your life together, you're a child. Like, no, man. Like, we got to stop. This is the problem with America. This is the problem with society. We keep pushing this weak ass mentality. Oh, you have time. You don't have time. You don't have time. I feel like I don't have enough time. And I'm 30 years old, bro. I don't have enough. I don't have time to waste. Yeah, sure, I got time, but I don't have time to waste. At 36, if you're still trying to figure shit out, if you don't have an idea at least of where you're trying to go, then yeah, man, you might want to start panicking. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all like the rest of these guys do. I'm not. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all the real deal. If you're 36, if you're 40 and you're still trying to figure things out, or you don't have a clue as to what path you need to be on, shit, even at 30, man, you should have an idea at least at 30. You're screwed. You're screwed, man. Because what were you doing all throughout your 20s? The last 5-10 years, what were you doing? So this can be applied to everything, man, especially when it comes to you getting in shape. I'm damn sure gonna tell you need to fucking start now. You need to start figuring this shit out now. You don't have much time to waste anymore. You can't be sitting around at 36 out of shape, wondering when you're gonna start to lose weight. Nah, bro, you gotta start today because it don't get easier. I guarantee you. Fat young people usually become fat old people. It's just how it goes. Now, you can break that cycle at any point in your life, but it's going to take a lot of discipline, and it's going to take a whole change of lifestyle. And that's very hard to do as you get older. That's very hard to do. It's very hard to just switch your mentality just like that and just say, hey, man, I want to do something different now. I don't want to eat this anymore. I don't want to live this life. I want to go over here and just be in this lane. That takes a lot of discipline. That takes a lot of work. Like, you really have to be real with yourself at that point. And that doesn't happen when you're in your 40s just so easily. Something has to happen to you, maybe a life-threatening situation, some trauma that happened. I don't know. But it's not just going to happen when you wake up one day and just something has to happen at that point. So I don't agree with Gary talking about, oh, you're a child, you're a baby, you got time. No, the fuck you don't, man. You better figure it out. Shit, I'm trying to figure it out. And I still feel like I'm behind. I feel like I'm in a good groove right now. I feel like I'm on the right track, but it hasn't popped off how I want it to pop off yet. So yes, right now I feel like I'm behind. But that's because I hold myself to a high standard. I hold myself to a high regard. I don't look at myself as a victim. I don't look at myself as excuse me. I don't look at myself as someone that has time to waste. I've never been like that. I've always wanted the best for myself. I've always wanted myself to do well in life. So I don't want to say I'm in a rush, but there is a high level sense of urgency for sure. Because I don't have time to wait anymore, man. I've failed. I've tried all throughout my 20s. I've started businesses. That's failed. I put myself in certain positions that I thought was going to change my life. That didn't go through. So, yeah, right now I'm in grind mode. I'm in kill or be killed mode. I don't have time to waste on anything. I don't have time to sit back and tell myself, you're still young. No, I'm not, bro. I'm not young, but I'm not old either. I'm like right in that weird stage. But I tell you what, I know I don't have time to waste. That I do know. So get your shit together, man. Get your life together. Don't wait on nobody. Don't listen to that bullshit as advice. All right, let's get to the last article here, man. This is a very debaucherous video with the way, look, man, our community, the black community, we have a tendency to eat some bullshit, right? We have a tendency to eat like fucking people that don't have any sense. We just put anything together and we think it looks good. And we're going to run off some stats of where we are, and we're going to continue to see more of this cycle. Even when the stats are out there, the numbers are out there, you'll have even people fight you on this. But I want you guys to see this video. Looks like a woman here. Okay, we see nails, so we know that's a black woman. All right, so we have a plate of spaghetti. This guy says, "How do you feel about this?" Let's look. It looks like she's making some cornbread on top of spaghetti. All right, let's look. Let's check this out.
In case you don't know what's going on in this video, I'm going to help you. That's cornbread over spaghetti. Now, me personally, I ain't never even ate these two together. I'm more of a Texas toast, garlic bread kind of vibe. She put it on top of the spaghetti, baked it, and is about to eat it. God help us. In case you don't know what's going on.
So as you guys can see here, and then we wonder why, as a community, we wonder why we lead the league in obesity. First team all fat ass. That's the black community. That is us as a people. I'm not putting us down. These are facts. These are literally facts. We have the numbers here. Matter of fact, let's just look at the numbers right now and see where we are with our obesity. You guys give me a second here. Let me just pull up some of these stats. Where are we at with it, man? Let me give me 1 second here while I pull this up. All right, so this one says, I want you guys to see this as well, man. Matter of fact, let me just read it off. Fuck it. All right, so here are the latest reliable statistics on obesity in black populations in the U.S. Adult obesity among black Americans. In 2023, about 42.9% of non-Hispanic black adults age 18 and older were classified as obese, with a BMI of over 30, compared to 33.2% of non-Hispanic white adults. That's about 30% higher prevalence in black adults. So let's break it down by sex. Women, mainly black women, obesity prevalence among non-Hispanic black women was 56.9%. Again, the highest among groups. For black men, slightly lower, but still substantial, around 41.1%. Among high school students, grades 9 to 12 in 2023, non-Hispanic black students were 50% more likely to be obese than their non-Hispanic white peers. Female black students were nearly twice as likely to be obese compared to white females. Male black students were about 30% more likely to be obese than white males. Overweight and obesity combined affects more than 75% of the black adult population, with women impacted at even higher proportions. So this is not a you're picking on me thing. These are the numbers that they're presenting to you. And then we have videos. We have videos like this that come out and think that this is cool. We have videos like this that think this is okay. And the main gripe is, oh, we don't have access to healthy foods. Oh, they're just picking on us. Our bodies are different because we're black. Whole time they're making shit that look like this. And it doesn't stop y'all from going out to brunch every other weekend or every weekend. It doesn't stop y'all from ordering bottles at the club that you ain't paid for. Right? It doesn't stop you from eating chicken and waffles every Sunday, shrimp and grits, fried chicken. Like, this is a staple. This is a normal thing in our community. But when you address it, when you say things like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be eating that. Hey, maybe we should change our diets a little bit. They attack you. Oh, you're a coon. Oh, you're a sellout. You're Uncle Tom. Oh, who do you work for? You hate black women. You hate black people. Bruh, we got the numbers to back it up. We got the stats to prove it. And just look around you. Go to your everyday gym. Do you see black people in there at high rates? I know I don't. And I've worked out of several gyms. I've been in the fitness game for over a decade. And I've never seen collectively, mainly in commercial gyms, black people working out in the collective numbers. I see black men here and there, but black women, I don't really see black women in there. So this is not a pick on me thing. This is the truth, man. And until we figure this thing out, and until we come together and figure out what we can do, man, fuck coming together. Until we change, this is gonna be what it is. This is gonna be the reality. So you can call me whatever you can call me whatever you want to call me. The numbers are not changing. The numbers are gonna be exactly where they are if it doesn't go higher. It might go higher at this rate with the rate that we go on, with the rate that we're at right now. I would not be surprised within the next 5 years these numbers increase. It wouldn't surprise me. But hey, people would rather call you names and assassinate your character than accept the truth. This is the truth. Black people were too fat. This is the truth. We lead the league in obesity. Like, this is not a surprise. This is not something that we came up with yesterday. So until we change it, this is where we're going to be. Until we stop eating bullshit like this and making meals like this, thinking that it's okay, thinking that it's healthy, until we change our victim mentality and victim mindset, we are going to be the highest obese population. So anyway, man, let's get to the main event. Today we're talking about why they want you weak, fat, and distracted. Before I get to it, man, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We didn't have some people leave. I guess they got triggered. Oh well, fuck them. It is what it is, man. Somebody gonna hear this message. But anyway, let's get to the main event, man. So basically, let me see here. Hold on, you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button before we get into it. Jesus, I think my throat is paused. My vocal cords are down today, man. Shit's crazy out here. Okay, so the main event, man. So we're talking about the agenda, right? The Matrix agenda, if you will, right? You guys have to understand, in order for society to maintain its power, in order for the people in society to maintain their power, they need to keep you tired. They need to keep you overweight. They need to keep you weak and distracted, right? And they do this by putting trinkets in your face. They do this in a number of different ways, right? Um, and we'll break that down, right? So living a life of distraction, living a life of comfort, that is a very easy way to go about life. It's not, there's no difficulty in going about life in a very comfortable, way. You get just enough money to pay your bills, you get just enough food, you get just enough social life, and you feel like you're okay. Take 1 or 2 vacations a year. This is most people's reality. But what they don't know, that this is actually an agenda. And until you figure that out, you're always going to be a slave. And they do this by giving you trinkets, like I said, and we can break this down in 3 different parts. The first one is food, right? What they do is they normalize ultra processed foods, and they make that addictive. They keep you addicted to, high sugar, high fructose corn syrup, things that make you feel good in the moment but destroy you down the line. They kills you down the line, right? They want to make everybody foodies so they can make sure you guys overeat and indulge and really push emotional eating. This is the plan, right? They're marketing being obese. They're marketing being the dad bod, making you guys fat and unhealthy. Big and tall section, love your curves, body positivity. These are all things in marketing that they are putting out there to normalize, so you guys can feel good about yourselves. So you don't have to change. This is an agenda, right? Because big pharma, these big companies, they profit from you being sick and unhealthy. They rather give you, hey, take these pills for your knee pain, when the whole time you just need to lose weight. Your body type cannot support that much weight on your joints. That's why you have knee pain. That's why you have back issues. Ibuprofen, Advil, all these other drugs are not going to help you with the actual problem. You're just putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. You need to lose the weight. That's the first thing, right? And then they also give you entertainment and distractions. Streaming, social media, sports, video games, constant distractions to take you away from what you actually need to build to get out of that rat race, to get out of jail. Social media is designed to keep you scrolling. It's designed to keep you distracted, so that you don't find ways to build and get out of that system. And then the biggest one we have is the work culture. The 9 to 5. You're at work all freaking day. And when you're at work, they're busting your ass. They're making you earn that money when they're paying you damn near peanuts compared to what they're making, right? So now when you're working from 9 to 5, all your energy's gone. You don't have time to fucking go work out. You don't have the energy to go cook your own meals. You don't have time to improve or build your business or learn a new skill. No, what they want you to do is work from 9 to 5, go home, crack open a beer, watch the Raiders lose, and then do it all again the next day. Repeat the cycle, repeat and rinse and repeat. That's the cycle they want you on. They want you comfortable. Even if they're giving you a high paying job, right? They might give you a salary of 120,000, 150,000. But guess what? You're going to be working for that damn money. They're going to make sure you earn that damn money. There's not going to be any type of real breaks. I train a lot of guys that make a lot of money that are on salary, and they're fucking miserable. They hate their job, but they're making the money. The money's good enough so they can live a good lifestyle. But deep down, they don't have time to build a business. They don't have time to build anything of substance because they're focused on work all day. Even when they're not clocked in, they're working. Like, so you're telling me that you would rather build somebody else's company than build your own shit to potentially match that salary, if not more, and then get you out of that job so you can live life on your own terms. But no, it's much easier to just work this job, get my paycheck every 2 weeks. I know it's coming in, which is fine. I'm not knocking nobody for having a job. But at the same time, don't you want more for yourself? Like, do you want to have the same cycle every day? Work for a fat ass boss, work around, dumbass coworkers. I know I don't, bro. I've been trying to build my shit for years. I've had success, haven't had success, but I still keep trying until one day I can finally leave the rat race where I don't have to trade my time for money, and I can finally live life on my own terms. That's my dream, that's my goal, and I'm not going to stop until I get there. Right? So, and I will say this, the last thing they hit you with is the quick pleasures, right? This could also be video games and things like that, but porn, alcohol, drugs, they want you to have instant gratification, mainly for escapism. They want you out. They want you to be locked in on things that bring you instant happiness so that you don't have to improve and do what's hard. The main agenda. Y'all got to understand some shit about war, man. Like, this is warfare. What you don't realize is all this stuff is warfare. It's all warfare. It's not that it's not that they want you to war is not about always fighting back, right? People think war, it's about two sides are going at each other, and the best one wins. That's not always what war is. If I can cut off any type of ability for you to resist, that's war. That's warfare. I think that's the smartest warfare, right? Because what do they say? Like, what's that? There's a quote in The Art of War, the book, The Art of War. It says, the best war is the one not fought. So basically, if I can eliminate any type of things that you can use against me to resist, I've won the war without really even fighting. And that's been most people's biggest things. I want you guys to check out this video I saw today. He kind of highlights and touches on this topic. Let's just check this out real quick. Where is that? Where is that? 1 second. Where is it at, man? I just saw the shit. Ah, here it is. Okay, here we go. All right, so he talks about how it's time to unplug from the matrix. Basically, everything I was just saying.
The reason why porn.
All right, come on.
Porn is free is because.
Damn, come on, bro. What's up with this Wi-Fi, man?
They want the fighting age males of the.
Hold on, you guys. This is not what I want right now. Hold on.
The reason why porn is free is because they want the fighting age males of the population to be spiritually castrated and have nothing but a lack of focus and no drive whatsoever, so that they can't cultivate the reality that they truly desire. Like, really ask yourself that, right? Nothing is free in this fucking world, right? Water's not free, food's not free, shelter's not free, but porn is free. You know what I'm saying? Porn and social media are free. So genuinely ask yourself why, right? Maybe they want you distracted. Maybe they want you depleted. Maybe they want your focus. shattered and fractured off into every direction. So you can't actually plan a fucking avenue of attack on whatever endeavor you have and actually get results from it, right? So in order to drop these vices or these habits, whether it's porn, weed, or alcohol, you need to be able to identify the triggers or the things that are triggering you to indulge in them in the first place, right? With porn, with weed, with alcohol, with drugs, a majority of the time, the only reason why you're indulging in these vices is because you're overwhelmed, you're stressed, you have a lot on your shoulders, and you're using them as a form of escapism, right? So you need to realize that these habits are keeping you in alignment with the lowest version of yourself. And when you visualize the best version of yourself, you'll be able to figure out what habits are in alignment with that version of yourself. So every time you have the urge to smoke weed, watch porn, drink, do drugs, you can transmute that energy into that habit that's in alignment with the best version of yourself. And that's how you'll change your reality over time. The reason why porn is free.
Hit it right on the head, man. It's a reason why porn is free. It's a reason why social media exists. There's a reason why, you know, they want you to watch sports all day. There's a reason why they want you to play video games. They've been teasing Grand Theft Auto for the last 10 years now, bro. All that is just a distraction. And when that shit drops, it's going to be fucking a frenzy. And that's for good reason. He brought up a great point. The reason why they want all these distractions in front of you is because you don't have an avenue to plan your attack. Meaning, they don't want you to build anything. They don't want you to build a system. They don't want you to build a business so you can rebel. They don't like people that have the entrepreneur mindset. They don't want you to have the businessman mindset. They want you coming in as a yes man. They want you to come in as someone that is compliant, that is, how we talked about earlier, a nice guy, a people pleaser. This is what they want from you, man. They want you weak. They want you fat. They want to keep pushing processed and fast food on you. This is what they want. They want you distracted. They want everything in your way so that you don't have any type of drive, any type of motivation to fight back. That's war. That's warfare. That is warfare. It's not always about being about physical. It's not always about I shoot you, I kill you, I do this, I bomb you. No, man, warfare is mainly psychological. And I think that is the worst kind. Because at least you can see it coming. At least you can see when someone's trying to harm you, at least you can see that coming. You can't see when someone's trying to play psychological warfare with you. You think it's normal. Oh man, porn's free. Oh shit. You know, like this is warfare. This is warfare. This is what they want you to consume. They don't want strong males. This is why they crucify masculinity. And that's a whole different conversation. I might do an episode on that later on, but this is why they crucify masculinity. So look, man, I'm always going to be an advocate for people to, of course, have jobs. If you need to have a job, have a job. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a job. Let's be very clear. But I am going to say this. You better be building something on the side, whether that be investing in yourself, starting a side business, having a side hustle. Because you never want to. My thing is never, ever giving someone power over me or having leverage over me. You want to get to a point where you are in the position of having leverage. So the day you don't want to fucking work that job no more, you can just leave. Why? You've already built a business on the side. You already have investments. You don't need that job anymore. You just do it. Hey, it's a consistent check. It's free money. The job is decent. I can keep doing it for a couple years. Cool. But when you need that job, when you're relying on that job, that's when the bullshit happens. That's when the games happen. That's when they start talking to you any type of way because they know, look, go out right now and try to find a new job. Don't let it be a high earning job. because they'll be like, hey, you ain't gonna find a job like this anywhere else. So this is why people get comfortable. It's like, man, they get mentally defeated. They're at their job's mercy. This is what they want. This is what they want you guys to be in the hamster wheel every day. Wake up, go to your 9 to 5, fucking eat ham and cheese sandwiches, go home, drink beer, drink fast, eat fast food, watch TV and go to bed, and rinse and repeat. This is what they want from you guys. And the sooner you guys can see this, the sooner you can start working on yourself, improving yourself, starting a side business, starting a side hustle. Work to get out of that matrix job, man. Start planning your exit. Everything, every business that you're in has to have an exit. You have to have an exit plan in everything that you do, because nothing is going to be forever. Everything is temporary. So, man, today was a great show. Great show, man. I appreciate you guys for sticking around and tuning in. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. That's been today's show, man. Great show today, you guys. Please comment down below if you got some value from this episode or anything else you want to see or have me touch on. You guys can send me videos to any of these two social media handles on Instagram. So for more Winner's Diet clips and other value content, follow Winner's Diet TV on Instagram and all platforms, TikTok. And then my main page is Project Mac, as you can see right here. So if you guys find any videos that you want me to touch on or react to, please send them my way through DM. But yeah, man, great episode today. We'll be back next week. Look out for me streaming on Wednesday. So that might be a thing. So if you see me streaming on Wednesday, that might be going down. So, but besides that, man, you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I'm gonna go hit the sauna and get stress free. So, you guys enjoy your day, man. I'm out this thing. Peace.